Hello. More times than not, as a writer, whether as a hobby or as a professional, you'll eventually hit a writer's block. It can happen after you've written 100 words, 1,000, 100,000, or even a million. Whether you're just starting out or have years of experience, it finds you. As someone who writes daily, I thought it would be helpful to share what I did when I had a writer's block. So, what does a writer's block feel like? As a veteran, you might argue that your mind just stops working after a while, that you get burnt out maybe. Ideas stop flowing. You're sure of that because you know you had that ability. You know what it feels like when you have a good idea, when your fingers and mind cooperate in harmony. It's like your fingers are dancing on the keyboard, or your pen is ice skating across the page. It feels like your mind is on autopilot, as if you're watching a film before your eyes. And before you know it, 4 hours have passed and you've written something you qualify as a masterpiece. You know that feeling by heart, and because of that, you also know when you don't have it, when it's gone. You know what it's like when your fingers refuse to move, when the cogwheels in your mind won't turn no matter how much you try to force them. And right now, you know you don't have it. You tell yourself there's no point. The muse is gone, so there's no idea worth writing. That's how I felt once. I started to feel like I was losing myself because writing is my passion. I wanted to create, but my mind seemed to rebel against me, refusing to cooperate. Give me that feeling once more, you selfish prick, I said to it. After a few days of self-loathing, I decided to write a fanfiction about Santa Claus, born entirely out of frustration. It felt like a eulogy, a funeral speech for my inspiration, which I was certain would never return. I accepted that I would always write garbage. If I couldn't create anything more complex or sophisticated than what I'd already written, then fine. Fuck it. I decided to lean into the garbage on purpose. Fine. Let's make it the worst story possible, on purpose. I wrote about Santa Claus deciding to destroy humanity. Then I asked myself, how would he destroy humanity? I decided, he'd use his presents or something. Instead of toys, his gifts would explode when people opened them. I'd call the story Merry X Massacre. The idea was ridiculous, but I kept going without overthinking it. After all, there was no need to stress about quality when I knew it wouldn't be good, right? Then I thought, why not add a hero to oppose him, like in every generic story? So I created John Christmas, a man who loves Santa and ends up having to stop him. But then I asked myself, wait, why does he love Santa? I gave him a backstory. Since I was convinced I couldn't come up with anything clever or emotionally resonant, I kept it simple, generic. One Christmas, as a child, John went outside, looked at the snow, and asked Santa for a girlfriend. The next week he found one, fell in love, and eventually married her, as if it's a gift from Santa. Then, without even trying, I realized the implications of John's backstory. Wait, if John's wife was a gift from Santa, wouldn't she also explode like all of Santa's presents? Well, shiver me timbers, I accidentally made a clever plot twist. I decided to save it for the final battle. That's when I knew this so-called garbage had become something more. It had plot, characters, motives, and twists, all unique. And I didn't even have that feeling I used to have before. That's when I realized something important. The muse isn't a magical feeling. It's not something you need to activate. The muse is you. It's always been you. When I let go of my judgment and trusted myself, the creativity came back. I didn't need perfection or inspiration, I just needed to start. So, if you have a writer's block, here's my advice. Stop chasing a feeling. When you first started writing, you weren't waiting for some magical state of mind. You just wanted to create something you liked. Writer's block occurs when you focus on trying to recreate a feeling or replicate past quality, rather than concentrating on what truly matters, the act of writing itself. You can't perfectly recreate the quality of a previous story or chapter because you're no longer at that point. You moved beyond it, even if you don't realize it yet. So, pick up your pen. Put your hands on the keyboard. Write without judgment. That's all it takes. Thanks for watching, and have a pleasant day.